11:40 at night. The light just went off. The house is quiet. Everyone you love is asleep. You think the day is over. It is not. Jesus said something about the night that nobody quotes. He told a story about a farmer and a good field. Clean seed, straight rows, good wheat. Then one line changes the parable. Matthew 13:25. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. While men slept. Read that again. Not while men sinned, while men slept. The enemy never attacks the harvest. He waits for the hours nobody watches. He keeps different hours than you. You clock out at 11. He clocks in. Hear me. This is not a video about fear. Nothing in the dark outranks the one who made it. There is a difference between safe and unguarded. Most Christians go to bed unguarded. Not rebellious. Nobody ever taught them. We were taught to pray in the morning. Nobody was taught what to do at night. Paul wrote one sentence that names it. Ephesians 4:26 and 27. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath, nor give place to the devil. Nor give place to the devil. Place, a legal word. Ground, room, permission. Not possession, a door. An open door is not a demon, it is an invitation. And doors do not open by themselves. Somebody has to leave one unlatched. Tonight we walk your house together. 7 doors. Every one ordinary, every one closable before you sleep. You have left 3 open all week. Door 1 hides inside a very good excuse. Door 1. You went to sleep angry. Not shouting angry, the polite kind. You did not shout. You went quiet. And going quiet felt almost holy. Paul never said, do not raise your voice. He said, do not let the sun set on it. Anger has a shelf life of 1 day. After sunset, it changes into something else. By morning, it is not anger. It is a position. A week later, it is a wall. Notice what Paul attaches to it. Give no place to the devil. That is about ground. He does not need your sin. A grudge will do. Unforgiveness is furniture he can sit on. This door does not need the matter solved. 1 sentence. God, I am angry. I am not keeping it. 9 seconds. That is the deadbolt. Door 2 is quieter and almost everyone leaves it open. Door 2, the last 5 minutes of your day. You plan to check one thing. 40 minutes later, you are watching strangers argue. Why this matters more at night than at noon. Whatever your mind holds last, it works on all night. You do not stop thinking when you sleep. David knew where this happens. Psalm 4:4. Be angry and do not sin. Meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. Meditate on your bed. On your bed. Not a quiet time. A pillow. Your bed is a workshop. Something gets built there. You hand it raw material. Outrage, comparison, noise. You would not eat a heavy meal at midnight. Yet we feed the mind anything right to the last second. Door 2 closes with a boundary, not a rule. The last voice is chosen on purpose. Door 3 is next. Door 3, what plays over you for 8 hours? You could not sleep, so you found help. Rain on a roof. Waves. A calm voice talking you down. Let me be careful because this gets exaggerated online. Rain is not evil. God invented rain. The water was never the problem. The question is what rides on top of it. Many sleep tracks are not only sound, some carry chanting you cannot understand. Some are guided meditations built on another religion. Some are affirmations preaching you as your own source. Nearly all of them ask you to empty your mind. Scripture never tells you to empty it. Scripture tells you what to fill it with. 8 hours is a long sermon. Someone is preaching. So keep the rain. Check what is under it. It was never the rain. It is what rides on top of it, and what you gave 8 hours to instead of him. Door 3 closes when you audit the playlist. Door 4. You got into bed and said nothing. Not rebellion. Exhaustion. You meant to pray. Sleep got there first. One night is nothing. A season becomes a habit. Peter pairs a warning with a command. The order matters. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Be sober, be vigilant. Then he mentions the lion. Awareness comes first, not the enemy. A lion looks for the animal standing alone, never the one close to the shepherd. Night prayer is not a ritual, it is proximity, and it does not have to be beautiful. 3 sentences out loud beats a perfect prayer you skip. Thank him for one thing, confess one, ask for the night. Most of us have never once prayed over our own bedroom. You can do that tonight. Door 5 feels like wisdom. Door 5. You rehearse the worst thing that could happen. Lights off and a film starts that you did not choose. The diagnosis, the bill, the call at 3 in the morning. You watch it in detail. Your body believes it is happening. We call it worry. Honestly, it is rehearsal. You are practicing a future God never wrote. Fear at night has a bigger stage than fear at noon. In daylight, you are busy. At night, the room is empty. So God says something very specific about the terror by night. Psalm 91:5. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day. He names the hour. He does not call the fear imaginary. He simply says you shall not be afraid of it. Fear is a door because it hands somebody else the microphone. Whoever narrates your night shapes your morning. So take it back with one sentence of truth. Say the verse out loud, not in your head, out loud. Door 5 closes when your voice is the last one. Door 6. No armor on and no watch set. You would not sleep with the front door open downtown, but we sleep with nothing on and nothing set. Paul does not say hope for the best. Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Put on. That is something you do before you need it. Armor is never felt in the calm, only in the hit. And Jesus adds the other half. Someone has to keep watch. Mark 13:35. Watch therefore, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening, at midnight, at the crowing of the rooster, or in the morning. Look at the hours he lists. Evening, midnight, rooster, morning. Every one of them is a night hour. He is not warning anybody about the middle of the afternoon. A watch is not anxiety. It is a decision made early. Set it before you are tired. Armor at night looks small. A verse, a prayer, a boundary. Small things hold as long as they are actually in place. Door 7 is heaviest and sincere people carry it. Door 7. You are trying to hold the watch yourself. You pray and then you keep your eyes open anyway. You check the locks twice, then a third time. You run the list because if you stop, who is watching? That is not faithlessness. That is love with no relief. It shows up in parents, in providers, in the responsible one. And it is the door that looks the most like devotion. So God says the one thing that closes it. Psalm 121:3 and 4. He will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. He who keeps you will not slumber. Read the last line slowly. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. There is no hour tonight when heaven is off duty. You are not the night watchman of your own house. You are a son. Sons are allowed to sleep. David wrote it as a plain report, not a poem. Psalm 3:5. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. He wrote that while people were hunting him. Sleep itself became his evidence that God was holding him. So Solomon could promise something like this. Proverbs 3:24. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. Your sleep will be sweet. That is a promise about feeling. And this is where the whole thing turns. Because the night is not only a place to defend, it is a room God works in. David found things at night that daylight never gave him. Psalm 63:6. When I remember you on my bed, I meditate on you in the night watches. The night watches. He used the hours instead of dreading them. There is a gift in the dark only given in the dark. Psalm 42:8. The Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me, a prayer to the God of my life. In the daytime his loving kindness, in the night his song. Different gift, different hour, the same God. Most of us only ask him to get us through it. He is offering to meet you inside it. So let us make this simple enough to actually do tonight. The protocol, 5 minutes and nothing complicated. 1. Forgive out loud before the light goes off. 2. Phone face down, you pick the last voice. 3. Check what plays over you for 8 hours. 4. 3 sentences to God. Thanks, confession, request. 5. Speak one verse out loud over the room. 6. Hand the watch back to the one who never sleeps. 7. Then sleep, on purpose, as an act of trust. That is the whole thing. Nobody needs an hour. If you want to hear what a guarded night sounds like, 2 men in a prison at midnight. Backs raw, feet in stocks, no blanket. Midnight is the worst hour to be in a cell. Acts 16:25. But at midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. Praying and singing hymns, at midnight, in chains. Notice who else was listening. The prisoners. Your night has an audience you did not plan for. A spouse, a child down the hall, a neighbor. The earthquake came after the singing. God did not need them calm, he needed them awake. There is one more night story worth carrying. Jacob slept on a stone in the middle of nowhere. He had nothing, No tent, no altar, no plan. He woke and said, "The Lord was here and I did not know it." He had been sleeping on holy ground the entire time. He had been sleeping on holy ground. The doors were the point, never the fear. 7 of them, and every one closes with a sentence. Anger, the last 5 minutes, the audio, the prayer, the fear, the armor, the watch you never had to keep. Close one tonight, not all 7, one. Pick the one that made you uncomfortable just now. That is the one that is open. I made you something for this. It is free. A bedtime checklist, a night prayer, and 7 doors on one printable page. The link is in the description and pinned comment. If this helped, one comment helps somebody find it. Tell me which door was yours. Just the number. He will not slumber. He will not sleep. So go to sleep.